Hello, hello, hello. And how are you? We are back another week for another session. We are excited to be here with you as always. Always. You see, she said that all the time. Yes. It's exciting to be here with you. I want to ask you something. Where's your focus? Where is your focus? You're in a fresh start. You're developing your new image. Where's your focus? Now, the average person would say, okay, that's a dumb question. Where do you think my focus is? It's on me being new. Well, let's talk. I'm Shauna Grace, and I enjoy coming and being here. As I've previously stated, I am a certified life coach, and I specialize in the area of personal development and relationship, but my major is personal development because if you don't develop the person within, relationships won't go too good, whether it's you or whether it's you working with them. So we got to get that person you developed. I when I was thinking about focus, you know, we've been talking a lot about moving away from things that are negative. Okay. Want to stay away from the negative. And a lot of things that have brought us to where we are have been, if not fully negative, semi negative. But we got to remember every day that we wake up, every day that we are given to breathe and do things, that it is a fresh start. It's a fresh start. And I hope that you have your mug with you. I call it a mug, y'all. I know it's a cup. I know it's a cup. Mine says every day is a fresh start. It's a reminder that every day is a fresh start. Now, yours may say something different, and that's fine. I just hope you have a cup with your favorite beverage and you're enjoying this time with me. The focus that I want to talk about this morning, excuse me, that I want to talk about this morning is looking at what was good in your fresh start. Looking at what was good. Last week we talked about uh, the old, okay, and how that embracing this new, you're kind of panicking and having a few jitters about the old, but the old that you now know was one time a new that you were scared to try, but you tried it, you liked it, it became your normal, and now it's just as the old for you say, it's just like an old shoe. You see what I'm saying? And so you have to embrace every fresh start, every new, every part of your new image. You have to embrace it with, okay, what I know is old now was one time new to me, and I tried it. So let me just take that same focus and come on and try this and see how this and I work together. Now, I want you also, the focus that I'm talking about this morning is take a look at the old. What was good about it? We always want to move from the old because of the bad. But what was good? Everything wasn't bad about your past. There was some good in your past. There was some good in your past. There was some highs in your past. There was some successes in your past. Okay? There were highs just like there were lows. There were successes just like there were failures. So, what was the good? Sometimes we're so busy focusing on what went bad or what went wrong. What about what went good? What about the struggles that you had causing you to have a different perspective on maybe where you worked, what your project was, your neighborhood, the ministry you decided to join? You understand what I'm saying? All of that. All of that. What was good? You say, well, what do you mean what was good? Why would I think about what was good? Because if it was good, then that means there is a better. And in your fresh start, what was good, you develop it into better. You look at it to make you better. Okay. I say, let's just say you wake up in the morning, you've got a plan. You're going to clean one room each day. Now, some people may have a plethora of rooms. So, excuse me. My body's still waking up, I guess. I'm not sleepy, so brain needs oxygen. Maybe you have to clean 2 or 3 rooms a day because you have a mansion. But let's just say for the folk who just have a normal single family home, 3 bedrooms, living room, kitchen with or without a dining room, a couple of bathrooms, and that's their home. They wake up each day and they clean 1 room a day. That's successful. By the time you get to Saturday, your whole house is clean and it hasn't wore you out. Sometimes people just take one day and clean up the whole house, go from one room to the next. And by the time they get through, they are exhausted. No, let's cut out the exhaustion. Let's just do 1 room that day. Once you do that room, that's it. You wake up the next day, room number 2. How can I talk about it? That's my cleaning. 1 room a day. I jumped on my house. I told Lord, I said, "Oh Lord, I can't do this. I was so exhausted when I got finished. I was like, oh no, no, can't. So, Daddy, who you all have heard me say, I call God Daddy. He gave me the plan. He said, do 1 room a day. Wake on up in the morning, go head on, clean, scrub, change the linens on the bed if it's time, vacuum, whatever needs to be dust, whatever needs to be done to the room. And then by the time the sun comes up, you're finished. And the rest of the day, you can do some things you want to do. Cleaning, you have to do, but there are things you want to do. When I tried that, that was the best decision to go with that I'd ever made. Because I could sit back and see I accomplished something. I got 1 room in the house clean. Next day, now I got 2 rooms in the house clean. Next day, now I have 3 rooms in the house clean. Excuse me. And it went on. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. You have to know for yourself that everything in your past was not bad. They was bad for me to get up and have to clean that whole house, and then I'm tired for the next 2 days. Because when I clean, I clean. My father had a cleaning business, so I know about when you really clean what to do. But when I broke it down to where I'm doing one room a day thoroughly, polishing, dusting, window seals, baseboards, scrubbing, vacuuming, all of that. When I got through with that one room, I had the rest of my day to go do things I wanted to do right here in the house. Maybe I wanted to sit down and read. Maybe I wanted to put work on a project or something. You see what I'm saying? All of that. So, with that said, with that said, I want you to understand. Analyze what was good. Don't focus on the bad. You're done with that. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But focus on what went right. Focus on how you can make it better. That it will cause you to be better. Okay? Maybe uh something that was good was you reorganizing a room. You're an empty nester now. All the children are gone. They have their own places to live. And you have all of this space. So now, what you're doing, you're saying, okay, how can I redo this room where it looks like me now? Because right now, the room looks like your child. But now that your children are gone, how can I make this room, excuse me, how can I make this room look like me? How, when I walk in this room, can I feel like this is me? How? Okay. When you focus on that, a new part of you starts developing. You've got another part that's coming out and it's developing. You might say, okay, well, let me take all of this stuff off the walls that that my child had up here, because this is not me. Take it down, ship it to them. Or when they come to see you, say, here's your box. What's this? Your stuff. Just take it on, put it in the car. I don't want this, then throw it out. It's your stuff. You get rid of it. Then you go in the room and you start looking at, first of all, is this even the color that I want my room to be? That I want this room to be? Is it even the color that I want it to be? I remember when my mother passed, I could not put my bed in her room the same way that her bed was. I couldn't do it. I would never sleep in there, because every time I'd walk in the room, I'd see her laying in the bed. She had passed. She passed here at home, and I'd see her laying in the bed. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So when it came for time for me to, talking about for us, because I was just only, I wasn't born an only child, but I was raised an only child. I said, okay, I had to rearrange the whole room. I had to be able to walk in there. Okay, I had to rearrange the whole entire room. That's what I had to do. So, with that said, I turned my bed different. The dresser was different. Now, where the chest is the same because that's where the cable is for the television. So I had to keep that the same. But it's not the same chest. It's mine. I brought my things over uh here. I took her things, I gave her things, to the different family that wanted it, and I put mine here. That we couldn't use anymore, of course, we threw out. But I put mine here. When I walk in that bedroom now, I don't, of course, I'll always have that memory of her laying there. But I don't see that every time I walk in the door. I don't get that hit every time I walk in the bedroom. You follow me? Why? Because I've changed the bedroom where it's me. It's my bedroom now. Okay. I want you to understand that with doing that, I'm bringing a part of me out. Development. Somebody said, well, like she had rug on the floor, and I normally do have it, but I said no, the rug got to get out. The rug got to get out. We took the rug out. My sister knows how to put floor down and all like that, and she and I put that floor down together, and basically she did it. Put that floor down together. I just made sure I was there to hand her whatever she needed to do what she had to do. All right. So the bedroom is totally different. When my children walk in, they don't see grandma's room. They see mom's room. You get what I'm coming from? The same way. I didn't tear the bedroom down. Okay. You can't destroy your past. It's there. It's locked in somebody's memory, yours mainly. If anybody knows about your past, your creator, God, daddy, and you will always know what happened back there. Okay. But you had to, I couldn't tear the bedroom down. Well, let me just get rid of all of this and get, no. Now, at some point, I believe Lord gonna bless me to remodel this whole home, the whole thing. Okay. And with all of that said, until then, I can still do little things. I changed the guest bedroom. Where really it was my bedroom at the time, but I made it the guest bedroom once mom left. I had to turn the bed around. I could not leave that bed where it was. I couldn't. You said, well, you slept in there. Yes, I did. But I had to change it. I had to change it. I didn't want it the same. I had to change it. I moved the dresser. I put a wardrobe in, turned the bed around. I can go in there. You feel what I'm saying? I can go in there. See, these are the things that I'm talking about. You have to make life feel and look like you. Your focus has to be, okay, now there were some good things along the way that I don't need to get rid of, but I need to renovate. I need to remodel. On Saturday, excuse me, I'm not sure if I've even talked about this part, but in Genesis first chapter, it says after daddy made the world, created it, said on the seventh day, sixth day he made man. Excuse me, good Lord. He made man. And it said the seventh day he rested. Now, if you look at your calendar, matter of fact, okay, I have one right here. I haven't filled it out yet. But here's one right here. Okay, and this is good because you can actually see the days. Okay, you can actually see the days. Your first day, you see that? You see that right there? Your first day is Sunday. Your first day is Sunday. Then you have Monday. Okay, your first day. Let's see. I'm trying to get this right, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, your first day of the week is Sunday. It doesn't matter what the date is. You say, well, no, the first day is Monday. No, no, no. The date of the first is on a Monday, but your week starts with a Sunday. Okay, that's when your week starts with Sunday. Then you go to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and what's your last day? Saturday. That's right. Your last day is Saturday. That's the seventh day of the week. Now, society says Sunday is the seventh day. You don't see Sunday over here. You see Saturday over here. Sunday is the first day of a new week every single day, every single week. If I can go straight here, every single week, Sunday is your first day. Again, don't matter about the date. There's your first day. Okay? It all starts here. The month might start here. Sometime it starts here. Depends on where the fifth Sunday walk comes around. All right? But your first day of the week is Sunday. That starts your new day. Okay? And all my life, Saturday was never the day of rest. It never was. Now, Daddy said he rested on the seventh day and he created a whole world. But he said that seventh day, that's mine. It's the Sabbath. Sabbath is rest. Okay? That's time to reflect with you and God, thanking him for bringing you through a week. And the challenge is that you didn't kill nobody, you didn't slap nobody, you didn't cuss nobody out. You smiled when you wanted to say, you know what? All of that. You do that on Saturday. Now you do it, I do it all week long. As your relationship grow, you will. But just for starters, Saturday, that's the day your brain get to rest. That's the day your mind gets to just say, okay? But growing up, even in my adult life, that's not what happened on Saturday. I was not taught that Saturday is your rest day. I was taught Saturday is the day you clean the house, you cook, you wash clothes, you do all of that stuff on Saturday. Because people would say we got to go to the house of the Lord on Sunday. So here we are. Okay. Here we are doing this. Now, understand this part. Your Saturday is the day for you to give your whole entire body the rest that it missed the other 6 days. Okay? Now, by me had not grown up with that principle in force. When I heard it, but it didn't hit. You know, I heard that, but it didn't hit. It did not hit. And so I'm just busy doing, choir rehearsals on Saturday because, people working during the week. And because I grew up in what we call church. I grew up in ministry. Okay. Mom was a pastor. So everything was on Saturday and you just tired. One day I heard what I'd been hearing all my life, and the seventh day he rested. When it was said that time, it hit. I said, okay, now if a great big God who done created a whole big world, created a body that has, God have mercy, what this body doesn't have in it, can rest from his labors and what he doing, and I call him my daddy. Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to do the same thing. Now it was rough at first, but once my focus, my mind, once my focus got where, okay, whatever hasn't been done by 6 o'clock Friday evening, because when I researched it, the weekend is from 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Saturday. That's the weekend. I said, okay. When I researched it and I saw that, okay. Because my question was, what is the weekend or when is the weekend? And that's how I found out 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Saturday. I said, okay. Now, Lord, you got to help me. I said, Daddy, sometimes I call him Lord too. I said, Daddy, I said, now, I you got to help me because I all my life that has not been what I was taught, and I didn't see. Now, my mom would always get away on Saturday evening. You knew not to bother her on Saturday evening because she's meditating and talking to the Lord and finding out what he wants her to say Sunday morning to his people. But to actually be taught, okay, we're not doing nothing today. This is rest. You stay in the bed or you watch television. I don't care, but just you're not doing anything today. That I wasn't taught that. And I didn't teach my children that. And right now, they go 7 days straight. Excuse me, 7 days straight. Not one day do they have to just rest. But the mom got it. I got it late, but I got it. So what I did, I started focusing. Whatever was not done by 6 p.m. on Friday would have to wait really till Sunday after service. I'd start again Sunday after service if I wasn't too tired. And if I was, I just done it Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I tried to honor 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Saturday. Now, really, you want to know the truth? I took it all the way to midnight on Saturday. Saturday, that whole day was my rest time. Just in case I wanted to go somewhere, I went out of state. I didn't want to stop enjoying because it was 6 p.m. Saturday. So that was me. That's the spin I put on it. But on the norm, 6 p.m. Look it up. Look it up. Research it. Type in the question. When is the weekend? It'll say 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Saturday. That's the weekend. Why, I don't know, but that's the weekend. So what I've started doing by 6 p.m., I really pushed it up to 3 p.m. Whatever ain't done by 3 p.m. Friday, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'll see it again Sunday. I don't care what it is. Now, it took a few tries for me to really get that down, but that was my fresh start. That was my new image. Friday, I enjoy. I might find somewhere to go. I may go out to eat. I may go out of town. I may stay home in my lounging outfit and just put my feet up. You get what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. Okay? What matters is, hello, I rearranged some things for me. Let me tell you something. When I did that, oh my, mm, I can't begin to tell you just the newness, the freshness. My mind probably was saying, thank you. Because it got a chance to not have to think about nothing, be concerned about nothing. I don't like to use the word worry. Be concerned about nothing. It could fall asleep if it wanted to. It didn't make no difference. And right to this day, Friday, if I can get it at 3, fine, but by 6 for sure, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Nothing else. Wake up Saturday. Matter of fact, I do a virtual prayer time on Saturday mornings. And Daddy had been saying to me, he said, how are you resting? He said, I rested from everything when I rested. And he had been on me about that for a while. So this past Saturday, you know what I did? Because September is the 9th month. 9 is the number of birth. Daddy said, you can't rest if you got to jump up out the bed to do prayer. And my thing was, well, Daddy, I know you don't mean cut prayer. He said, no, don't cut it. Put it at another time. Get it off a Saturday. I said, okay. So this past Saturday, what did I do? I had the prayer, and I announced to everybody, prayer would be on Thursday evenings now at 6. Whoever gonna come, gonna come. That was the same thing on Saturday morning. Whoever's gonna come, gonna come. So what am I saying? Where's your focus? That I'd been doing for a while. That was old. But now it has a what? New time. So when Friday come, Saturday come, Friday evening, 6 o'clock, Saturday morning, I don't have to jump up out the bed. I don't have to be concerned about nothing. I can rest. You get what I'm saying? You have a lot to deal with. That body has to rest. The mind has to rest. If it don't, it can get tired, and that's where you start finding a lot of forgetfulness and all this stuff start happening. Oh no, bring it on back. So your focus, okay, let it be on the good things, the good parts of your past. When you want to bring them into your fresh start, bring them in with a twist. Okay, when you want to bring them in to your fresh start, bring them in with the twist. Don't bring them in the same way it was over there in the old. See how you can remodel the good that you can keep. How can you remodel it for your new? Okay, so it will have a new flavor in your new space. That there will be a freshness to it. All right, we're gonna deal with that tomorrow. We're going to talk about that some more. Our focus, remodeling, redoing. Okay? Because every day is a fresh start. And your image always has to be something that says new. Okay? Listen, you go have a great rest of your day. And just focus on, she right. Everything wasn't bad. I don't need to just throw my whole past out. What was good about it? And the good, how can I remodel it so that it has a fresh flavor? I don't look at it from the old. It is new. Okay? And meet me back here tomorrow and we'll talk about it some more. Have a great, great rest of your day. Thank you for being with me. Bye.